How's it going, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Timestamps are always going to be located on the description below of this video. And this video is going to be a lot shorter because I'm just going to get straight to the point. No intro today, guys. Nah, I'm just kidding. Alright guys, so this video is going to be straight to the point. I'm just going to state the obvious. I'm just going to give you my speculation of what's going to happen in the next 7 days. And I also want to share a dream that I had not too long ago. So right now at the moment I'm at the Bitcoin chart, as you can see, hourly chart. And today everybody's talking positive, everybody's talking green, of course. But I'm not all the way optimistic yet until we cross these two lines. You see these two red lines that I drew right here? These two downtrend lines? This is the signal when we know for sure this thing is going to shoot up. So if you're trading like me, it's a good time to place a buy order once it confidently goes above this line right here that I drew. This is an hourly chart. And once it confidently crosses the second line, as you can see, the red line, you can either place a buy limit order or just wait until it reaches that point. If I were you, just put an alarm, an alert. This is what I'm going to do right now. Crossing up. Boom. That's the first one. We're going to go on the second one, the second bottom one. Same thing. Crossing up. Boom. That's it. So I'll get an alarm on my phone, even though I'm in desktop, because I got it both on the desktop and on my phone, and I'll get an alert once the market, or Bitcoin specifically, it'll go above these two lines, this one and then the other one, and then this is going to be my signal, my buy signal to go in the market and place my buy order, and I'll probably get out. You know, when it comes to trading, guys, when you get into trading, you want to ride the wave as much as you can. I know it's kind of hard to do that. Some people just put an exit. I think if you want to put an exit to be on the safe side, I think a good exit would be close to 126,000 or close to it, because more than likely the market will retract just a little bit before it shoots up even higher, like 130, 135, 140, even 150. Okay, guys, so this is my speculation here. What's going to happen within the 7 days. Even what I just said right now, I am expecting this to all happen, wrap up within 7 days. This is my speculation, by the way. I could be wrong as many times. As many times I've posted on my YouTube community post, but this time I'm just slightly confident. And if you want to do that, you want to place your buy limit orders, you want to draw these lines, you can, and these are going to be your signals. Just as a disclaimer, or as a precaution, make sure that the line confidently goes up, and make sure you see like two, or at least the candle stick goes completely above this, not like halfway or anything. Let it close and then place your order. Or you can wait until it goes down a little bit. It might go back down to this line right here, to the second line, the line beneath, and it might shoot up. But I am expecting this to shoot up within like a few days, to be honest. Okay, so I want you to see the dates that you see here, and I want you to pay attention to the 19th. As you can see this, the 19th, you have a line on top of this. As you can see, my dotted line, I'm covering the fainted line on top of it. And then the next line is going to be the 20th. Okay, so the 19th is very vital, guys, because I am expecting this market, because if they can dump this much, they can pump it at least double or triple, or maybe just twice as much of this, you know, this dump that they had recently, that the whales did. But this is the thing, guys. I am expecting a peak or some peaks somewhere between the 14th and the 17th, okay? This week is going to be so quick. So look, listen to me, guys. Listen to me, please, please, please. Because if I'm right, I want you guys to get it. That's all I can say. If I'm right, if I'm not, then oh well. You know what I mean? The other guys were correct. The crypto people were correct. This thing is going to ride until November, December. But I don't think it's not going to be like 2021 or 2017, where usually you got the crypto Christmas coming, you know, the crypto, everything pumping after October, especially during the peak cycles, like for instance, 2017 and 2021. And you count 4 more years after 2021, what you get? You get 2025 this year. But I think this crypto rally or this crypto peak is going to wrap up sooner, because remember that I'm just talking mathematics right now, but the last cycle started, what was it, May 11th of 2020, and then this one is just 1 month before. The Bitcoin halving started in April 19th, 2024. So yeah, it started in April 19th, 2024. So after that, 1 year later, or actually to be more specific, 18 months later, we get October 19th, and that's going to be the threshold. This is going to be the 19th is going to be vital, because this is going to be the first signs, or actually the sign of the beginning of the bear market, okay? So like I said, I'm expecting a peak between the 14th and the 17th, okay? Somewhere it's going to be peaking around there. If you want to sell around there, that's fine. Let's say the 18th came, right? And it's already, I don't know, close to 130 or somewhere around there, and it's on its way down, that's fine. You're still on time. Well, it depends on the altcoins, because I cannot forecast each peak for the altcoins, because altcoins, they are going to peak, how can I say this, almost at the same time as Bitcoin. More than likely, most of them are going to peak at the same time with Bitcoin, if not like a day, 2 days later or something like that. But yeah, the 19th is going to be the great turnaround. The 19th, okay, this is going to be, like I said in the other videos, I said that the 19th, after the 19th of October of this year, 2025, we should be seeing the first signs of the bear market. Okay, and what is a good way to spot it, Dave? How do we know that the market is turning around? Okay, so I'm going to let you know right now. This is a good example right here. You don't need lines, guys, to be honest. You don't need no lines. You don't need these trend lines or anything. The trend lines are helpful. They're references, you know what I mean? But other than that, you really don't need it. Look, I'm gonna teach you right now that you don't need it. And I kind of taught you guys in a post, to be honest. I mentioned it during the post. So I want you to follow this chart right here. Well, it looks like a little mountain, right? It looks like a little staircase, as you can see. Okay, so this is a higher high, and then what's the next higher high? Is this one right here, correct? The next high is this one right here. So the market is telling you it's still going up. So the next time it kind of dumps, this is the best time to buy and then go up. You know, as long as on top of the last low. This is how you just eye the market. You know, with no indicators, nothing around, okay? Excuse these indicators right here, but you don't need that, you know, to be honest. Not really. I mean, they are helpful, but you can just eye it, to be honest. Okay, and then right here, this is the top high. And then you'll be saying, Dave, but it turned around. How can I tell? Okay, just wait, hold on. Because with the market, you have to be really patient. All right, so here comes the first test right here. This low right here matches about the same as the past low. So we're not going to name it lower low. We're just going to call it low. So this one right here is a high. And you're not going to get in yet because you really don't know if the market is switching. Because let's be honest. If we're right here, you have no idea if it's still going to go up or it's just going to stay stagnant. With the markets, guys, if you want to be a trader, you got to practice patience. And you cannot have patience if you don't have discipline, okay? You got to have discipline to just say no and just not trade, okay? And also another thing is that whatever you have in your portfolio, whatever they started you with, when it comes to demo money, if you got started with 10K, 50K, just use 1 to 2% of your portfolio. So any order that you place, make sure it's only 1% or 2% from your portfolio or your bankroll. So let's say you open a forex.com account, demo account, and they start you off with 50K. What's 1% of that? Yeah, it's $500. What's 2% of that? It's $1,000. Don't pass more than that, okay? Between $500 and $1,000. Oh, okay, Dave, but how can I measure that? Make sure when you put your stop loss, make sure it's less than 1,000 to 500 when it comes to your demo account. If you're gonna get a demo account from forex.com, which they give you 50K demo money, okay? But other than that, the reason why you want to do that, it's because you want to have a lot of ammunition. What if your next 10 trades are losses? You're still in the battlefield. You still got a lot of ammunition left, versus you gambling your money because you have no discipline and you decided to put a $10,000 trade. I don't care if it's real money or demo money or $5,000 trade or $2,000 trade. Only people who have big bankrolls that can actually afford it can trade like that. But other than that, you need to stick with the 1 to 2% rule. So if an exchange is going to give you 50K demo money, what's 1% of it? $500. What's 2% of it? $1,000. Don't pass between that. If you want to do less, like 250, that's even better. Because if you have 20 losing trades, guess what? A lot of people will get wiped out, but guess what? You're still in the game. You're still in the battlefield. You're still able to play. You're still able to execute order. You're still able to practice. You see what I mean? So it's very important to put your limits there, guys. So just trade with 1%. So that way you're able to execute 50 trades and you're still in the game. You still got money to play around with. You know what I mean? But other than that, okay, so let's go here. This is where the market is turning around. So it comes right here. We got the lower high. Once it starts needling down and it surpasses the lower high. Actually, the higher low was somewhere down here. So once it penetrates through that, that's your signal, okay? So you're going to wait until it goes back up. It goes back up, and obviously it's going to be the next higher high, quote unquote higher high. It's going to be actually a lower high because it did not defeat this one, the last one. So right here, that's when you're spotting a trend. Aha, it's going down. Well, you probably already spotted it down here. You can actually enter a trade down here actually, or even before that. I am able to spot this earlier because when you see these long candlesticks, red candlesticks, I see the potential. This is an avalanche going, just waiting to begging to be executed. So if I was in this scenario, I would put a sell order because I see the potential just coming down, down, down. And yeah, I just put a stop loss, close to the higher high, close to this high or around there. You should put a stop loss around there if you're going to enter somewhere around here. And I don't care if it's 1-to-1 or 2-for-1. It doesn't matter, guys. The thing is that you just don't want to blow out your money because this thing can still needle even down. And it did. It started needling even more. If you were patient enough for for 4 days, 5 days from the 7th all the way down to the 10th. So that's only a few days. If you hold, you withstand, you put a stop loss around here, you would have made a lot of money if you put no take profit. If you put no take profit, look at this. You could have just waited, just got out the market somewhere around here. But other than that, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So people are just already thinking positive. You can, that's fine. But the thing is that I'm not going to be completely compelled until we penetrate between these two lines. Actually, both of these lines. So once we pass this line right here, once we pass 122,600, so 122.6K, once we pass that, that means we already defeated the lower high. And this is a market switches. This is a change of character right here. Okay, guys. So once we pass through here, this is a very good sign for buy limit orders or buy orders. I mean, you can put a buy limit around here if you want. Maybe around here, the market will just go down slightly, but it's going to shoot back up. But like I said, we just got like 7 days until the 19th. That was my other speculation, or more like my prediction. It was more like a hypothesis because I did studied it. I did study I counted the days and everything, and it aligns to the 19th, guys. And that's going to be the great turnaround. Downturn, to be honest. Other than that, that's all I have for you guys. So just expect a really good peak between the 14th and the 17th, maybe the 18th, but the 19th, that's it. Party's over. Everybody's going to turn off the lights, wrap up, put up the chairs, the tables, everything, because the 20th, the 21st, and onwards, the 22nd, 23rd, and onwards, I am expecting it to go gradually down. Now, are they going to needle it down? I'm not sure. That's something I do not know. The flash crash, I do not know when that's going to happen. Maybe that's going to happen October 2026. I am expecting somewhere around there, October or November 2026. But other than that, that's it for Bitcoin, guys. Let me go next on the next chart. All right, gold is always looking optimistic. It shook off that long downtrend needle, that long red needle right here, just shaking it off as always. Gold is just going to continue to go up, guys. I'm just leaving it here for references purposes, guys. And let's go to silver. Silver is going to continue to go up too. Let's go to copper. Let's see. So copper right now, it took a bad break, but it wasn't too bad because, well, it's still on top of this horizontal line right here. Copper is still going to actually, yeah, it went back up for a minute. But let me see. Yeah, the market is back open. It's already 5 p.m., 5:10 p.m. of October 12th, by the way. Sorry for not stating but I'm just going to label that in the beginning of the charts. October 12th, 2025. So right now at the moment, it's 5:11 p.m. at the moment. So yeah, copper is going to continue to go up. I told you guys, it's going to go past $6. So $6 is the all-time high. And let me see, this is the hourly chart. Yep, it's on its way up. Even though it took a little dip, this is fixing to just shoot up. All right, don't live in regret. Please do not live in regret. Let's see the NAS 100. So other than that, this thing is back on. This thing is playing. But to be honest, I think the bigger moves are going to happen until tomorrow. It's going to be around 7 a.m. Eastern time, New York time, between 7 and what is the time? Between 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and probably a couple hours after that, an hour, 2 hours, so all the way down to like 10 to 11:30. Those are the times the market is going to be very volatile, so you're going to see swings. Those are the perfect times to trade, between 7 a.m. all the way to like probably 10:30 a.m. to be specific, because the market right there, that's where you get the big swings. That's where everybody wakes up and everybody puts their, especially on a Monday after a weekend, but it's not even a Monday. It's every weekday from Monday to Friday. So those are the market hours from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern, but I'm gonna push it to 10:30 a.m. Those are the times where the market seems to be very volatile. Like, you're gonna get big upswings and big downswings. So at the same time, even during half day or even afternoon, you still see swings. You see what I mean? So in this dream, what I had is that I was in London, I was in the UK, and I was in the north of London, and I don't know why God was showing me the city, but the city was huge. I've never been to London, to be honest, guys, but I saw like a big loop. It was a big loop around the city. But the interesting thing about the city is that that I saw in my dream is that I saw mountains. I was like, why do I see these mountains like on the north side of the city? I was around those mountains. But then I can see, I don't know if I saw it from news or it's like I was able to have like eagle vision. Like I could see from far, and I was able to zoom in all the way, and I saw a bridge, and it was a double decker. It was a double decker bridge, and on the bottom, you had cars passing, and on the top, you had also cars passing. But the thing is that the bottom part of the bridge collapsed, and I saw a lot of cars just going down there. It was just a part of a bridge just collapsed on top of the water, and there was a lot of casualties at the same time. I saw all these cars going down the stream, down the river, and the top bridge, it looked like there was cars, but I had to go there. I think I was trying to save people, or I don't know. It's like people were telling me to go. I think there were relatives telling me to go or whatever. So I end up going. I came down from the mountains and then I remember I was at the north part of the city, and then I went down all the way down to the bridges, and then I went on top of the bridge, but the top of the bridge became a pedestrian bridge, which it was weird. And I kept on asking, what's going on, God? What's the whole meaning of this? So just pray for London, guys. It sounds like there's going to be an event. Could it be a literal collapse of one of these bridges, of the many bridges that they have? Probably. Could it be something political? Could it be somebody's passing or anything like that? We don't know, guys, but it could be symbolism, but that's all I got. God did emphasize me that this is London, but he did not give me anything more, anything else for this dream. So I'm going to continue to pray about this dream. It sounds literal. It sounds very literal, but that was it, guys. And well, God bless everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and God bless each one of you guys. Thank you.